a certain extent. Doesn't want to put the car in a position where as he's going to lose any more time. But Chris Warner, again, doing an absolute stellar job to keep that gap up. We're just going to go to Joe Pinder and Olivier Boltnick because this is the battle for This is the battle for P8 in class, P11 overall.
So I think that's Vanden Berghe behind. Oh, look, he's closing, yeah.
Sorry, that was my fault. I got the wrong position. Yeah, but yeah, 4/10 of a second now is the gap. It was 3.5 seconds about 2 or 3 laps ago, so not entirely sure what's happened there, but the gap has come right down. So, yeah, I'm really not sure what happened. Gap has dropped back a little bit, but again, Porsche versus BMW. This battle is heating up again. Is there going to be a little bit of traffic held up? There might be there. I don't know if Joe is faster than the guys ahead of him. He could very well be. But again, we're just going to have to see how it pans out and just see how these guys are. I think. Oh, bit of a lock up there from Joe Pinder. A little bit of a lock up that has slowed him down a bit. Not too much though. When I say that, we've actually got a counteraction there. So we've got Thijs Vanden Berghe, who's actually had a bit of a poor exit. Well, look at the gap. Look at the gap coming down. Has Joe Pinder got some damage? There's no way that his car would be that slow normally in a straight line. No way.
No, I think there must be some sort of damage maybe on his car. We're going to see exactly where it is. Or is it just perhaps the difference in setup? Maybe the BMW has decided it needs more of a... I think we mentioned this earlier, that they have a higher downforce setup. But I have seen in the chat a little while earlier is that both the Reaction Motorsports cars, they're going to be using the same setup. So there could just be maybe something to do with the higher wing angle that one car is able to take advantage of, whereas the other one isn't, as we see Joe Pinder absolutely sending it on a poor GT3 car, trying to get ahead, trying to clear a gap, trying to find any way through to put a buffer between himself and Thijs Vanden Berghe. But, well, I don't think the Audi is too happy by being sent each way and every way down the inside. It wants to at least have some attempt of being able to take the corner the way it wants to, but no, it's having to be a passenger, I think, in this battle between Joe Pinder and Thijs Vanden Berghe. It's started to, I think, spill out and get a little bit too spicy for their own good now as we come into the final 20 minutes. The fight developing between Chris Warner and Jeremy van der Kratz as well. The gap in both these two fights now underneath 1 second. This is so difficult to keep your eyes on everything. And I told you earlier, Dan, didn't I, that come the end of the race, come the last 20 minutes, we'll be having eyes on stalks, trying to look each way and every way to catch all the battles. And that certainly is the case now.
It is indeed, yes. We've got the battles here going for P9, but yeah, the battle for the lead actually has come down in the GT3 class. We're going to jump to that in a second. I'm just again intrigued to see the gap here. The gap has come down, but not as much as it did last lap. So, oh, that was a little bit wide going through there from Pinder. So Pinder has compromised himself going through turn 2. That's also going to compromise himself going through turn 3 as well. Although it seems to be that Thijs Vanden Berghe, he actually pulled back a bit. Not entirely sure why. Joe Pinder going defensive. I probably wouldn't have gone defensive there. I don't think he needed to. He was just a little bit too far back, so there was never a move going to be made. But yeah, this has become really close indeed. It doesn't help because these two cars are actually in the mix with all different other cars as well that are on different positions, different strategy. They're being lapped. You know, they're lapped or they are being lapped. So this train of 5 cars, only 2 of them are actually racing for position by the looks of it on the Delta. But that could all very well change. Again, we've got Joe Pinder that's still leading. The gap is always teetering between that 0.3 or 0.5 of a second. Again, I just think Joe Pinder, he's driving a bit too defensively. I don't think he needs to. I don't think he needs to put his car in a defensive position yet because Thijs Vanden Berghe is he just isn't close enough to make that move. So I think Joe could be potentially compromising his line a little bit more than he needs to. Although this is potentially where it all goes a bit wrong because the gap, a little bit wide there. As I say, that commentator's curse again, a little bit wide from Thijs Vanden Berghe. Again, he just needs to try and make sure he keeps that gap, but it's gone back up to 2 seconds. Oh, well, that's it. And that we're going to have to see a replay of that. What?
We just got sent off by, that was one of the other Porsches. I'm not sure which one that could have been. That might have, it looked like one of the Coca-Cola ones, which is that Ronald Moons, perhaps? Or is that... try and have a look, see what happens. So this is Niels de Kuiper. He's slowing to a crawl. No, he thinks he's clear through here. He comes out through the final chicane. Seems to be all right, but there was something that happened with one of the GTEs coming into contact. Here we go. We can see who is that. That is just a massive match. The number 18, which is Didier Dexter's, the EJ Automotive car. Thijs Vanden Berghe really bitterly unlucky. Just one place, wrong time, and just got sent off into the wall. That's not the way he wanted that fight to end.